Time to go racing here at Oulton Park with the first Caterham Motorsport event of the season. 20 minutes for the 270Rs. The revs begin to rise. Waiting for the red lights to go out and away they go. It's underway here at Oulton Park down towards the first corner at Old Hall. First of all, good start by Matt Larby up the outside there, but it is the number 21 of Charlie Lower who's got the lead. Richard Patke in second place. Larby slots in, tries to go to the inside as they go down the avenue. Routes with the right-hand flick of Denton's, then into the left-hander at Cascades. Patke defending second place from Larby, but escaping a little at the front already is Charlie Lower. They go round Cascades for the first time, side by side for second place. Fourth place is James Cook in the number 15, the Welsh flag liveried car, as they disappear up towards Island Bend for the first time. Then the run towards the Shell hairpin, and Charlie Lower with a great getaway from pole position, already eking out a gap.
Yep, just ahead of the two Academy drivers, and he has got that little gap. They will be keeping an eye on that, especially whoever's in fourth place will also be looking to make sure that that gap is managed. It does look like Larby has that under control though, and now it looks like Patke has dropped into fourth place, and you can see Kendall there right on the tail as they go into the Britain chicane this time through.
Over the curb at Britain's they go, and it is the 21 of Charlie Lower who leads. James Cook has come through into third place. Up over Hilltop they come, and Lower positions his car to the inside for the chicane. Now moves back across as they go down towards the Knickerbrook chicane for the first time. In a snake of Caterham's heading down the back of the circuits. All very close, but no contact so far. It's good to see one car just running a little bit wide on the exit of the chicane there. A couple of bits of tyre smoke, one or two lockups. There's the number 45 car of Rook battling it out with Mark Jones. And number 2 is a bit of smoke there from somebody's car there heading up Clay Hill. So there may have been a bit of rubbing in there somewhere.
Yeah, just easy for a front nose cone to clip a rear wing, and that just causes a tyre rub. Keep an eye on that because it can rub a hole in the tyre. But as they come down then into Lodge, there's a little bit of that just smoke in the background. It looks like it was Gareth Lucas there with the tyre rub. But Charlie Lower protecting up the inside. Matt Larby, the Academy driver, is now right on his tail as they head over the line then for the completion of the first lap.
Here they come then over the line. Charlie Lower is under pressure as the first lap of the season is completed. Just a few hundredths of a second in it. Larby trying to get round the outside at Old Hall. Can he do it? That's a great move by Matt Larby, and he's taken the lead. That's a superb bit of driving. It's not very often you see an overtake on the outside at Old Hall corner, but Larby made it stick there. That's a brilliant bit of driving by the man in only his second season of motorsport. He was a complete novice when he came into the Academy last season. He leads on Charlie Lower as they head towards Island Bend for the second time.
But it looks like Charlie Lower is now in that infamous toe, and he's up the outside. Can he go around the outside of Island? That'll be a brave place to make a pass, but what a move by Larby then early on. But it is now Charlie Lower back in front of Larby, and then we have Cook behind then, following on and watching what this is going to happen. But yeah, it's not often you see a move around the outside. We've had a lot of drizzle on the way through testing yesterday. See a waved yellow flag there as well, so keeping an eye out for if there's someone off at the exit of Island there.
As Charlie Lower retake the lead. Larby flew over the curb there, coming through the chicane at Britain's on the entry as they head down the hill. They move about trying to break the toe there, and looking up the inside there is Cook trying to take second place away, but the door is closed on him by Matt Larby as they head into Knickerbrook. Richard Patke is in fourth place, then it's Freddie Chiddicks in the Boss Racing car. Sixth is the number 35 of Mark Kendall. We don't see at the moment which car we may have lost on the opening lap there. All 20 of them came through to complete the first lap, so I'm not sure what the yellow flag was about. There's car 51, the orange car of Simon Arnold, heading up Clay Hill. The leaders are at this long double apex right-hander of Druids, then back into the trees under the bridge and up towards Lodge Corner. Charlie Lower, you can see him moving across, trying to break the toe and not give Matt Larby a slipstreaming opportunity. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars now line astern. Mark Kendall at the back of this group in the green machine. They bounce their way out of Deer Leap up over the line to complete their second lap this time. We'll see what the lead gap is as they cross the line. Yes, 0.7 of a second in it as Matt Larby tries to go around the outside again. But this time Charlie Lower's wise to him. It's James Cook who is closing up at the moment. Quickest car on the track, incidentally, is the number 14 down in 7th place of Jonathan Ramsey.
Yeah, Ramsey had a bit of a gap in front of him there. He's the one following on from Kendall in the green car, so he's got the space in front of him to make use of that. But Matt Larby is now the sandwich filling, isn't he, between the two cars around him. He's now having to use his mirrors as well as, in fact, he's having to look more in his mirrors at the moment. Charlie Lowe's just got a little bit of a gap behind him as they head up in here through Lancaster, and then we've got Gaunt coming through as well. So as you can see, the field is absolutely nose to tail all the way down.
Saw what looked like a car with a damaged nose cone a little further back in the pack there. Couldn't work out who it was. We'll try and identify that in a moment. But now you can see the next two cars of Ramsey and Lancaster, 7th and 8th place. Ramsey in the grey car there, trying to close up on the half dozen who lead the way. There is Rutuj Patki. He's now down into 5th place because Freddie Chiddick came through at the end of the previous lap. Another former Academy race winner. Never quite took the title in his opening season in Caterham, though. James Cook up the inside, tries again on Matt Larby. Can't make a way through. There are some pretty vicious curbs on the chicanes here at Oulton Park over on the back of the circuit, so the drivers will have to be mindful there they don't bend their suspension against a curb at any point. Up the hill towards the right-hand Druids they go once again. There's the number 49, the yellow car of Stephen Lancaster, trying to make it 8 in this group for the lead, and James Cook is looking determined here to try and move into the top 2.
Ramsey and Lancaster are coming across that gap then. They've got a head of speed as these drivers all trip up each other. Like you said, Chiddick's a very experienced driver, just losing out to Jeff Newman in a couple of championships, so he's licking his wounds at looking to see whether he can move up into 4th place currently, as they're coming up out of Deer Leap then and across the line. They are all closing up once more, and we're going to get Ramsey and Lancaster to join in that battle too.
Side by side for the lead as they come down towards Old Hall. We're not going to have another outside pass, surely. We're going to have a pass on the inside for third. Freddie Chiddick takes 3rd place, where they're going to be 4 wide down the avenue. Look at this as they head down towards Cascade. Charlie Lower under intense pressure for the lead. Chiddick is going to go 2nd ahead of Matt Larby, and here comes Cook on the inside. He's been shuffled back. Matt Larby's gone wide at Cascades. He'll drop back into 4th place. It's Lower who still shows from 2nd place now. Freddie Chiddick's in the 66 car. We've still got 13.5 minutes of this sensational race to go. Cook in 3rd place. Patke is up into 4th. Larby's gone down to 5th. He made a bit of a mistake through Cascades.
Yeah, single mistake is going to cost you in a group like that. There you'll get shuffled out of line, and it's tough to get back in, but he has managed to do that ahead of the recovering Kendall after in the green car. But you can see that, yeah, it's absolutely as close as it's been all race, and it looks like it will continue. Remember, we talked about that tow. Well, these long straights here at Oulton Park, long periods where they can all close up, and they will tend to trip each other up a little bit in through the chicanes when they're running this close, and therefore we do tend to see this bunch racing, as now Chiddick is making a move on Charlie Lowe around the outside. Can he do that into Knickerbrook? He's late on the brakes. Charlie Lowe is protecting that, and it looks like Charlie Lowe has held on, but you can see that in Caterham we try and overtake at any opportunity, whether it's outside, inside, whatever corner you give us.
So further back, Mark Kendall defending from the car of Jonathan Ramsey, number 14. There they are at the back of this group. Rutuj Patki having a go as well on the tail of the number 15 of James Cook, the Welshman. That's for 3rd place. Chiddick is all over Charlie Lower as they head into the right-hander at Druids. Cook closing up as well, so Chiddick's having to attack and defend at the same time. The first 5 have broken away again slightly here. Matt Larby back in 5th position. He goes out wide. They're all over each other down towards Lodge Corner. In the background, Mark Kendall defending from Jonathan Ramsey with the 49 of Stephen Lancaster looking on. Chiddick gets the better exit slightly there from Lodge Corner, up over Deer Leap and up towards the line, and surely he's going to take the lead here on the inside down towards Old Hall. Yes, Chiddick has got the line away, side by side, but no, Charlie Lower sweeps back around the outside. Good defensive work by Charlie Lower, and he leads down towards Cascades once again. Yeah,
well, having to be careful of the track limit sensor on the outside of that bend, so if they trip that too many times they will start getting penalties. But Charlie Lower looking really like he wants to hold on to this lead as much as he can, and Chiddick and Lower absolutely, they were nose to tail all the way through the last season, and so that, yeah, they've got used to this car straight away, and they're back up and running, battling. And it's Rog Patke back up into 3rd place now, so where he was shuffled down a little bit earlier on, he's got his elbows out, and he's now ahead of Rook.
Yes, Rutuj Patke back up into 3rd place, last year's Academy Green Group champion. We'll see the white group champion Tom McEwing out in the road sports a little bit later on, just losing the draft a little there. Number 49 of Stephen Lancaster in 8th place, so it's 7 now, line astern for the lead. They are well ahead of the rest here. 9th place, number 2 of Mark Jones, about 4.5 seconds at the line off this little group at the front of the field. Down the hill they go, and Freddie Chiddick around the outside. Has he got the lead? He has, coming over hilltop. So Chiddick takes up the running then. It's been coming for about a lap and a half, that move from the number 66 of Freddie Chiddick. Suffolk, as we've got a spin there. That was Stephen Lancaster, I think, that's gone around. It
was Lancaster. We saw him trying to hang on to that group and maybe pushing just a touch too much as he rejoined safely there inside the Knickerbrook chicane, but he's back up to speed and will be joining in that battle, but a bit further down the field now. But as we see Chiddick then, so the 2nd or 3rd leader after Larby took for a 1 corner, but Chiddick is going to try and defend to the inside. Larby, has he got an overland? Lower on the inside does, but Rog Patke looking to the outside on the grass there, waggling the rear end of that car, but he's all back under control, and there we go with Cook in that in 4th place at the moment, just watching to see what's going to happen.
I thought Rog Patke was going to spin there coming into Lodge as he got a rear wheel out onto the grass there. Very easy to do indeed. He's going for the inside now, down into the right-hander at Old Hall. Can he go from third to first? Chiddix moves to defend. No, that outside line seems to work slightly better there, and he's able to get his foot down earlier, as is Charlie Lower, and he holds second place. Still there in third place is Rog Patke. Then it's Cook and Larby side by side. Sixth is the green car, number 35. That's Mark Kendall, and then behind him the number 14 of Jonathan Ramsey. Still 7 of them together for the lead.
Yeah, Roger was trying to pinch the corners in there a little bit, and it looked like his car let go, so he's now fully under attack, but it's Kendall making the move up in that green car. Look, he's fighting his way through that battle, but it's let the Chiddix and Lower battle push further forward. Chiddix back into second place then it's Rog Patke. We've seen having an exciting couple of corners here. Larby's still there, so the top 4 have kind of remained consistent, but these it looks like Kendall's coming good right now.
Yes, it was James Cook who lost out in that group. The Welshman has gone down to 6th position there, the number 15. He's got Ramsey in the grey car in behind him, the man from Wigan in Lancashire. 35 just ahead of them, Mark Kendall, all the way from Norfolk to compete. There's Freddie Chiddix and Charlie Lower still side by side. Chiddix comes out in front as they head downhill top into Knickerbrook, almost lifting a wheel there as he comes through the second element of the chicane. Rog Patke looking on from third place, then a couple of lengths gap to his old academy rival Matt Larby, then Kendall up to 5th. 6th is the number 15 of Cook, and 7th for Ramsey. Still these 7 nose to tail for the lead. At last lap they were covered by 1.7 seconds.
Charlie Lower that time into the Knickerbrook chicane decided just to give Chiddix an easy pass, and you will see that in Caterham racing. You can see this front 3 having worked together a little bit. They've broken a gap, so you'll see that through the course of this race day here at Oulton Park, but it's still Chiddix just in front. Charlie Lower looking down the inside, but I think he will capitulate, does, and it's these front 3 at the moment just got that little gap, and can they continue that working together to see whether they can break Larby? At the moment it looks like Larby's though ready and tuned in and focusing in on this battle.
Rog Patke has a look on the inside again down towards Old Hall. He doesn't get alongside Charlie Lower, though. It is still Freddie Chiddix who has the lead. 8 minutes of the race still to go. Matt Larby up with Patke now, battling for third position, almost side by side. This is allowing the front 2 to break away just very slightly. They're starting to split into pairs now almost. You've got to have your drafting partner. It's a bit like NASCAR racing was a few years ago. You've got to have somebody to work with at the front of the field, and the man who's losing out at the moment, because we've got an odd number of cars, is Jonathan Ramsey at the back of the group.
And I think NASCAR coined it the wheelbarrow racing, you know, with the 2x2x2, and it certainly looks like that's happening here. Rog Patke having to defend quite heavily against Matt Larby, which did cost him initially, but now he's right back with that battle again. So yeah, more well, I mean, they are literally going to end this race probably closer than they started it.
Charlie Lower has retaken the lead, bouncing over the curb there. Freddie Chiddix is all over the curbs through Britons. That's lost him a little bit of momentum there. Could allow Rog Patke an attack as they come down into the Knickerbrook chicane. Lower defending. Is Chiddix going to go around the outside? This is a move you see even less than outside as Old Hall. He's going to do it. He's going to do it. He's proved me wrong. Freddie Chiddix, brilliant, round the outside into Knickerbrook, retakes the lead, and now Patke having a go for second place. This is fantastic stuff.
Yeah, the outside line can work in a Caterham because you sweep around, you take a little bit more speed in, and then the next corner you've got is a left-hander, so he then puts you from the outside of one corner to the inside of the next. And so yeah, his Chiddix now retaking that, showing some of his skills that he's built up over the last 3 years racing. But Charlie Lower, his erstwhile companion, a constant nose to tail for those two over the last 3 seasons as well.
Yes, a big rivalry between these two, and now Lower goes to the inside. He's going to retake the lead, surely on the brakes into Lodge Corner. He's done so. He's through into the lead, so Charlie Lower takes it up once again. Patke is third, then Larby, the number 15 of Cook, is back into 5th, and they've dropped the other pairing of Kendall and Ramsey very slightly. It could be 3 wide here up towards Old Hall. Chiddix back up the inside, retakes the lead once again into lap number 8. Rog Patke out wide over the curb there, so is James Cook in the number 15. 5 of them for the lead now together. Chiddix on the inside now for the left-hander at Cascades. Bit of a lock up there for Lower, and Chiddix will just about hold the lead, but Lower back up alongside him as they run along the lakeside up towards Island Bend. This is absolutely terrific. Caterham racing at its very best. It's clearly first day back at school for these drivers. Yeah,
but they're showing that they've not lost any of that racing spirit, have they, as we come towards the last 5 minutes of the race. Traditionally, this has been a half-hour race in the 270s. New for this season, as we said, they're doing 3 20-minute races instead of 2 half-hour races. So it gives a whole new dynamic to this phase of the race where they are all having to work. They know how important it is to be in the right place at the right time, but certainly these front 5 drivers are all thinking, yeah, I'm still in with this battle.
Over the curbs they go at Britons. It is Charlie Lower back in front as they head up towards Hilltop. I've already lost count of the number of times these two have swapped the lead. Is Chiddick's going to do his patented move around the outside into Knickerbrook? He is. He's got it done before the chicane this time. That's a good bit of slipstreaming there by Freddie Chiddick's. Third place as they come towards us is, looks like Matt Larby is now back up into third. A little tricky to see there in the sunlight. Yes, it's the red and blue car back up to third ahead of the pink machine of Rog Patke. Then fifth position is James Cook. They've broken away now from Kendall and Ramsey, and it's Ramsey who's up into sixth position ahead of Mark Kendall now for the first time in this race. Charlie Lower back to the inside into Druids. He goes through. They're swapping places on every corner. This is almost more like a motorcycle race at the moment. It's fantastic stuff.
There's certainly a skill to knowing when it is you should give up a place immediately and let the driver, the faster driver, take you along. And you can see how as these two have come out to the front of the battle, they have stretched that gap, and that's because they're carrying the speed as Patke. That's the third time I've seen him off track. He's going to have to be really careful of track limits. He'll have triggered those sensors already, and there's three wide as they come up to the line this time through.
Yeah, there was perhaps a little bit of bumping there between Lower and Larby, which caused that coming into Lodge. I think they just touched wheels as Lower tried to turn across. He didn't see Larby was trying to go up the inside. They just banged wheels there briefly, and there's a bit more wheel banging there. Larby and Patke, the old Academy rivals, fighting for third. This allowed these two to escape at the front now. It's Chiddick who leads from Lower. There's Larby third, Patke fourth. Behind them, James Cook in the number 15. They have certainly dropped the two behind them. Are almost 2 seconds down, or 1 3/4 seconds down on this five-way lead battle now. There's Ramsey ahead of Kendall as back up the inside. Charlie Lower out of Island Bend up towards the Shell Oils hairpin, the slowest part of the circuit pretty much, so this banked hairpin. Charlie Lower in the grey car leads the way from the Boss racing car of Freddie Chiddick's in second, back up towards Hilltop and towards Britain's first of all, then Hilltop once again. They'll bounce over the curb there on the inside. There's the battle for sixth. Jonathan Ramsey, the Lancashire driver, back up into sixth position ahead of Mark Kendall as the leaders head over Hilltop for the 9th time.
Yeah, we are seeing them absolutely clobber those curbs on the chicane as Charlie Lower again just lets Chiddick have the easy pass there rather than squabble. They know how important it is at this stage of the race to be right at the front there, with Larby in that third, then it's Cook and then Patke following along. So Patke has actually shuffled Cook back after since they crossed the line the last time. But yeah, around 50 miles an hour around Shell Oils, it's not exactly slow, is it? Next time you're going 50 miles an hour down the road, keep that, that's the kind of corner we go around, we get the hairpins around at that speed. So they are not slow cars by any stretch of the imagination.
Certainly braver than me, these drivers, I'll have to say, as Rog Patke tries to get back onto the back of this tow up towards Lodge corner. They go. Lower to the inside on Chiddick's. Lower will go up the inside here, but maybe that's Chiddick's lulling him into that so he can slipstream him on the run to the line on the last lap. I think we'll get 2 more laps out of this race. They head up towards the line. Matt Larby is closing up as well. Side by side for the lead. Larby in third place, then Patke around the outside of Cook to retake fourth position on the run into Old Hall. They're still line astern down towards the avenue, then the flick at Denton's and into Cascades. Here comes Rog Patke. No, you don't, says Matt Larby. Holds that third place, and he's close back up on the 2 leaders as Lower has a look. Chiddick still holds him off. The rest of the pack pretty much holding station behind. It's all about these 5 at the front. Yeah,
what a spectacular opening battle for the lead of this 270R race. The first of 3 races for them this weekend. Just looking there a little bit further back there at the number 96. That's Mott, who we saw having an issue in qualifying, but has fought his way up through the pack a little bit.
Yes.
And the battle's all the way down through the field.
Yeah, Peter Mott started from the back. Fair play to him. He's come through into 9th place, so he's going well from there. And the car we saw smoking a little bit earlier on, the number 10, which was Gareth Lucas, he's still there in 11th place. So whatever that problem was, he managed to clear it. As the leaders head up over Hilltop, there's 1 minute 20 left on the clock, so I think we'll get 1 more lap out of this. They head down the hill into Knickerbrook. Charlie Lower, big lock up from Charlie Lower. I thought he was going to go straight on there. He nearly goes onto the grass, has just about defended his lead. He's under real pressure here from Freddie Chiddick. Tries to hold him off on the exit through Hislops and then up Clay Hill. This could allow Matt Larby to get alongside.
That's going to bunch them all up as they go uphill here, and it's you can see all this 5 are going to be absolutely nose to tail as they come into Lodge this time. So yeah, that little mistake into Knickerbrook is going to bunch these all up, so you can expect this last lap is going to be absolutely brilliant to watch.
Here they come then up towards Lodge corner. 1 lap to go this time around. Charlie Lower defends the inside from Freddie Chiddick. Rog Patke having a look at the number 15. Cook up the inside on Matt Larby. Is he going to get through there? They're side by side as they go down the drop, then bounce their way up Deer Leap, a very steep part of the circuit that is. They come up over the line. Absolutely nothing between the leaders. 15 thousandths of a second in it between Chiddick and Lower into the final lap. It's Chiddick who leads on the inside. Third place it is Matt Larby, and those top 5 you can see on the timing tower there on the left of your screen, covered by 3/4 of a second at the line. This is going to be a cracking finish.
So how are they going to manage this? All these drivers are going to be working out. That's Chiddick's let him go through there. I wonder whether that was a deliberate tactic to be in second place as they come into this latter part of the lap. They're all trying to work out, where do I want to be around these last few corners as they head up towards Island Bend. The left-hander, 90 to 100 miles an hour around this left-hander, very daunting as they head through into the Shell Oils hairpin, where they have to kill that speed down to 50. It's Chiddick's now leading back as they exit through Island, so whatever the tactic he is, I think he's not necessarily having its all way. They've got to look in front and behind. It's going to be a complicated finish to this race for all of them.
Here they come then up towards Britons for the final time. It's going to be single file through here. Now, is Charlie Lower going to try and play Freddie Chiddicks at his own game? I don't think he is somehow, because he wants Chiddicks to be leading towards Lodge for the last time, and then he can ambush him on the run into the final corner.
With these 3 races, it's going to be, where do you want to be? This is. I wouldn't want to be making this decision now. It's not clear who is in the prime position, but ultimately Freddie Chiddicks is where he wants to be at the finish line right now. Can he hold on over Charlie Lower? Matt Larby looking to see whether he can do anything, and Cook going around the outside of Patke there and maintaining that 4th place.
Yes, James Cook could still be in with a chance here. It could be any one of these 5 that wins this. They head up towards Druids for the final time. It's only the double right here, then the right at Lodge and through Deer Leap, and Freddie Chiddicks trying to hang on. Has Charlie Lower called this correctly? He needs to be in position to make his finishing move. Matt Larby's going to have a go up the inside on the run towards Lodge. Here they come. It's Chiddicks who leads it from Lower. I don't think Charlie Lower's quite going to be close enough. It's side by side for 3rd place. I think Freddie Chiddicks has just about done enough. He's pulled out a slight gap. Cook slides wide over the curb, and it's going to be Freddie Chiddicks, our first Caterham Motorsport winner of the season. The checkered flag goes out. Chiddicks has won it. Over the line they go. And the rest of the order will confirm in a moment. Chiddicks is actually showing further down the order, so has he got a penalty? We will have a look from race control. Yes. Car 66, 10-second penalty for a false start. That's just come through to us, so Freddie Chiddicks was first over the line, but he's been given a 10-second penalty for a false start. So the win will go to Charlie Lower ahead of Matt Larby and Rog Patke.
So what a showing from the Academy boys there in 2nd and 3rd as they go over the line. Disappointing result there for Chiddicks after what was a well-controlled last lap in the end, wasn't it? And then Cook being promoted up then into that 4th place with Kendall and Ramsey following them through. But yeah, 10 seconds, such was their lead. That does drop him back down then into 7th place. It's not the end of the world, but it's not ideal.
Yeah, close fight there over the line. That was for 16th place between Joe Priday and Alan Venters, the Scotsman. So Joe Priday got that by 1/10 of a second, while Freddie Chiddicks crossed the line in 1st place, but he has got a 10-second penalty for a false start. Penalties are also going to car 17 of Alex Vincent, the local man from Cheshire, and Stephen Lancaster as well. Well, he had a spin midway through that race, and he's got a penalty as well. So he'll end up in 14th place, Stephen Lancaster. Alex Vincent 15th, but it is Charlie Lower, number 21, your provisional race winner by a 1/4 of a second ahead of Matt Larby at the line. Rog Patke is 3rd on his debut in the category. Great, as we said, for Larby and Patke, the Academy graduates. James Cook is 4th. Mark Kendall will take 5th position. And bitter luck to Freddie Chiddicks, who drops to 7th place, so the back of that group that was fighting for the lead behind Jonathan Ramsey.
Charlie Lower absolutely brilliant there in the quad lock machine to take that win, and Chiddicks, I wonder when he'll learn that news. He's not going to be a happy bunny when he does learn that, but Charlie Lower going to be delighted with that win, and I imagine the 2 Academy boys are going to be almost dumbfounded that they've managed to take this step up, and in the first time of asking in this new machine for them, which is quite significantly more powerful and more race capable than the Academy car they've been driving last week, finished on the podium. They're going to take home a couple of really nice podium trophies with them, so you can see them all getting drawn into Parc Fermé.
Right, here's the provisional result then. Charlie Lower, the winner by 0.247 of a second ahead of Matt Larby, with Rog Patke completing the podium. Less than a second covering the top 4, with James Cook in 4th place. A little further back towards the end there fell Mark Kendall and Jonathan Ramsey. They finished just a couple of 10ths of a second apart. Freddie Chiddicks dropped to 7th by that penalty ahead of Mark Jones in car number 2. Peter Mott from the back of the grid after problems in qualifying came through for 9th, and 51 of Simon Arnold completing the top 10. Gareth Lucas, we saw a bit of smoke from his car in the early stages. He came back to 11th ahead of the 45 of David Rook. A 71 of Giles Perry was 13th, ahead of Stephen Lancaster and Alex Vincent. They also picked up 10-second penalties for false starts. Beyond that, 16th went to Joe Priday, number 84, ahead of the 74 of Alan Venters. They finished just a tenth of a second apart further back. Then further down the order, we had the number 44 of Ian Summers, 22 Louise Deason, and the final finisher was number 23 Alan Bateman. Pleased to say everybody, all 20 cars, went the distance.
Yeah, congratulations to all the drivers finishing their first of 3 races. A little bit of management there to make sure they do make it to the end, because their finishing order of this race determines the starting order of the next race. So we will see Chiddick starting down in that 7th place. A few stories there further back down the field about drivers moving around, making good time up or dropping back. But early, all the cobwebs are now firmly brushed off, and they've got a few. Maybe an hour or so before they probably back out on track. And in fact, they're going to be back out on track at 1:50 today. Will be the second of their 3 races.
A couple more races to come before our lunch break then, and race number 2 coming up shortly is the Mottle Caterham 7 310R Championship. So we move up a rung on the ladder to the more powerful machines. We'll introduce them to you shortly, but very shortly we'll be handing over to Sam Parker, who's down in Park Fermate, to talk to some of our drivers from our 270R race.
Charlie, congratulations. First win, the first race of the season. How are you feeling?
I know, what a way to start. You can only go down from here, but no, I'm over the moon. Still shaky. Yeah, nothing's like that.
Great battles out there as well. I mean, did you expect last year's academy drivers to be right up behind you?
I know, they stepped up pretty quick and they were putting a lot of pressure on, to be fair, and it was very clean racing, so I'm more than happy to continue racing with them this year, and it's really good fun.
Excellent. Well, congratulations. I'll let you move on to the podium in a moment. I'll just grab a word with Matt. Matt, congratulations. How are you feeling after that? 2nd place?
Yeah, I thought our group was crazy. Yeah, it was good. It was really, baptism of fire, I think we'll call that.
Like Charlie said, nice clean racing between you guys.
A little bit, but I mean, it's the levels definitely step up. You were asking me about the car earlier. I think these guys all know how to drive up and down the grid. So yeah, it's hard work.
But good and challenging.
Yeah, good and challenging.
Well, we'll look forward to more racing later on.
Cheers,
thank you. Right. Just got to head back to the commentary box.